Potatoes and carrots are cooking on the back of the stove. So we're gonna grab a bit of a paper towel. You don't want to use too much, but you got to make sure that Henry is really dry. Take them off right there, pat dry them. Alright, you can see there, Henry got his head, he got these little feet. Now I was actually working at a restaurant in Montreal last summer called Joe Beef, and they had just hundreds of these little quails in the walk-in. And my job was to snip off all the little feet and break that because guests didn't like to see the toes. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to butterfly our bird here. And this just is going to be easier to sear it. Knife in the side, press down, and there's a little space kind of in the back there. And you're just going to go all the way down and then to one side of the neck. And then we're going to press out. Alright, see, like that? Like a butterfly, like a butterfly. And then we're going to take this towel and we're going to dry the insides. Take out any of like the guts that are kind of left in there. Now you want to salt it. And last night was our vegetarian night, so now we're going to get some nice meat. Okay, so salt pretty generously. And we're going to flip this over. And I don't do black pepper until the end just because sometimes it burns. Alright, so salt that. You can rub the salt inside the cavity on the outside. And then we're going to take this over to the stove and we're going to start cooking it. We're here at the stove. We got our carrots and potatoes bubbling. They're starting to get soft, almost done. And we got our just a tiny bit of oil heated in this pan here. We're just going to toss it in here to get really hot for a sec. Alright, so in there, just before smoking point, and bird goes in skin side down. Alright, that's a good sear. Make sure you get your head in there. You're starting to sear, get a bit of a crust on the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some butter, right? Good chunk. Just break off some pieces, okay? Butter goes on, around, in, and then rosemary and thyme. You can just leave them whole. That goes in the side there as well. And then we're going to pop this into the oven. Going to close that door, let it cook a bit. Carrots and potatoes are starting to get soft. I just stabbed them with a fork. So what I'm going to do is just take them and pop them out onto this plate here. You can smell the beeswax in the room. Really nice and soft. The fork just goes right into them. See the carrot jiggling there. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, our quail is out of the oven now. It's sizzling beautifully. You can smell it. I've just poured off some of the old butter because it was starting to get a bit too brown. And now I'm going to add some fresh butter. And you can do this with a spoon, but easier. You don't get the feel of the butter in your hands. Alright, like that. And then we're just going to flip this over. Oh, look at that crust. Look at that crust. Quail, herbs, butter. Potatoes and carrots here. So what we're going to do is, this is what we left the skin on, is we're going to just try and peel them. And see, the peel's coming off pretty easily. Beeswax, oh, these are soft, these are nice. Alright, so just keep peeling, peeling, peeling. Oh, they're a bit hot, but they're going to be easier to peel hot. So pull all the skin off. Don't want any wax. It's not really going to harm you, but... And then we're just going to lay these out on our plate here. Little salad. Okay, potatoes and carrots are there. Tiny bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. Oh, that was a lot more than a tiny bit. Some black pepper. Some salt. Use rock salt or a thicker kind of crunchy salt. I don't have it. I don't know where I put it amongst my many jars, but salt on top. And then we're going to leave this by the fire to stay warm and finish our quail. Alright, our quail is done. Delicious, 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 delicious. Okay, so we're going to take this and put it onto our plate here with our vegetables, like that. And we're going to leave it there to let it rest. In the meantime, all these delicious juices, we're going to make a bit of a pan sauce. So starting off, we got a Royal Canadian Mead. And this is just a drink that's brewed from honey, Canadian company. And this is kind of like a champagne yeast, so I think it will be nice. So we're going to deglaze the pan with this, and it fits with the, wax that we've put on our potatoes. So, bit of this in. And then, we're just gonna boil that down. Oh, it's not that hot. It should be hotter. Yeah, mamma mia. Okay, so we're gonna pop this in the fire, but already you can smell the butters are mixing with the Royal Canadian Mead that we got there. We're just gonna swirl this, and we're gonna start to cook that down. Okay, I screwed up, but we're gonna fix it. What I should have done is I have some, here I have some shallots chopped, some parsley stems, a crushed garlic. I should have added that to the pan first and then deglazed. But it's okay, so we're gonna pop our stuff right into here in a new pan with some butter. And this stove is really not hot enough. This is the problem when you're cooking over a wood stove. We're gonna cook down these shallots, garlic, onion, and the butter, and then we're gonna add a bit of this glaze to that, and that should save it. Here, and we're just gonna take a bit of this reduction that we've reduced and pour it in. Alright, and then we're gonna get a nice sauce here. Just reduce that a bit. I think we've saved it. Look at this. Look at this. In there. Just boiling down. Alright, we'll taste that. Oh, that's good. The mead's really nice. And now, just as a disclaimer, I would never drink this. I'm under the age. It's purely for cooking. And we're going to keep boiling this down, Oh, that's actually really nice, really nice. So we're going to boil this. Sauce. Everything in it, just right onto the quail, onto the potatoes. Keep the garlic, keep everything, keep the parsley stems. Oh, you can smell the butter, the mead. Now, next we have the parsley salad, and this is the last step. Parsley salad just sprinkled on top. Oh, we can smell the quail. Alright, finito. We got our quail, we got our beeswax cooked potatoes, our beeswax cooked carrots, we got the parsley salad, we got our pan sauce with the Royal Canadian Mead. One more thing, here we got a pear mead vinegar, and I made this last year from a different mead made from pears, but we're just going to add some acidity, so that's going to go on top, just a few dabs. Done. And you know what, we'll go in with the hands. Just rip off a piece there, and let's taste this. That's good. Some carrot, everything. That's delicious. Cheers, guys.